are we in November already? I should have done this probably a few days before we entered the new month, but I thought I'd bring you along as I plan and put everything for the coming month into my diary. Shush, I'm talking. Hello and welcome back to my channel, Hannah Fleming-Hill, talking faith, life and learning for millennial Christians in the 21st century. It is the 1st of October, no, not the 1st of October, it's the 1st of November today. Wow, I have no idea where October went. And we're now in the last 2 months of the year. I did have to ask Josh the other day, I said, wait, we are in 21, aren't we? Because for some reason I had this blank of thinking we were for some reason still in 2020. No, we're coming up to 22. Hopefully I can film this, edit it and get it out quite quickly. So hopefully I will be able to get it out tomorrow, maybe, we'll see. But I thought what could be kind of cool, nice, interesting, maybe, we'll see. And if you come along and plan with me in my kind of new planner, this will be the 2nd month of using it. And we'll see how that goes. Because I think of everything I'm learning at the moment is that time management is really important. So this diary is from a brand called Ella Iconic. I, to be honest, hadn't heard of them at all. But it was given to me when I left TPT and a little bit overwhelming to begin with, but once you actually get started in it, and I am learning to really use it and all the different aspects of it. So I will film now down and do some voiceover. Maybe I'll try to record along with it, but yeah, let's get planning my November. So this is the planner. Open it up. No, I've got to make sure that I remember where to put you. This says sort of what the different sections of the planner are and what the purpose of each of it is. I have my colour code key, I suppose you'd call it. I'm realising that I do function better with colour stuff. That's been helpful guide. The words for this year are, I've put down renew, and also then this year I will focus on now and action, and this year I will not worry. And even though I'm essentially have started like a quarter early, so I'm doing this from October to October next year, that's what I'm kind of seeing this as the start of the year. So that's there. You've got kind of overall dates, so birthdays, anniversaries, key dates to remember. So I've only got 4 in there. I need to put everyone else's, key contact details. Imagining my future and my big master plan. We won't go into all of that. That's then this stuff coming up. So essentially the only thing I have in there at the moment is it's my 30th birthday in a week and a bit. Progress tracker, I need to do that for October, but never mind, that's not what we're doing. So I have got then my quarterly plans. So these are things that I've done, written down already, and need to remember to kind of factor that in when I'm planning for November. It's broken up into, it says business and career. I'm calling it function. So essentially that is what I do. So that is both work, that is my blog and this channel, it is my studies, and essentially everything that is what I do. Then have home and family, which is family, I'm calling it family and finance. Which encompasses sort of things between relationships, family, and our home management. My health and fitness, and then personal, which also will kind of factor in then faith. And because I like alliteration, I have called it FFF. And so I have like my key of topics and stuff are done under F. Action plan for October, November, so I need to put a few more bits in there. So after you've got the the kind of quarterly plans, you then skip a bit and we go into then the actual month itself, and you have a couple first pages here. So that was October, and so now we want start one. So I will write down November. So sort of put down kind of key ideas, things that I want to do, just sort of almost notes and things to go in there, sort of a brain dump of stuff. Then have the monthly plan. So again, function, family, finances, health and fitness, and personal and faith. 1 notes, memories to cherish, remember for next month, financial, to which I started really well in October and then didn't really do it. And then the calendar. They have monthly tracker, and that's then it for November. So what I'm going to do first is basis of my kind of things that I don't say I want to do, but this is the kind of things to remember over November. So I am just going to now, maybe really annoying. I don't like writing with pens straight on, so I'm going to rub out slightly, and that probably made more of a mess than if I hadn't have. But I'm now going to November. I'm gonna do it with the highlighter, not the Sharpie, because just make sure it's all dry. Oh no. Well, that's not really worked out, has it? Look at that. I've already ruined this. Wow. So that's not a good idea. Not going to do that. We will just go in and colour it. It's nice to give a bit of a, oh no! I'm not very, I mean, I'd like to think I'm creative, but I'm not like great at making my planner look, you know, incredibly aesthetically pleasing to look at. I kind of prefer one that's more functional and I actually use it than something that looks pretty but I struggle to use it. So just in case I forget, I'm 30 in a week. So ta-da, that's kind of my first bit. I'm gonna jump ahead because almost this bit is less important. I'm gonna kind of talk about this because this was the important thing that I wanted to cover, having reflected upon October and some of the comments I made about improving my mental health. So this is my empty month, and have my iPad next to me just so I can check what I've actually got planned in. So first things first, it's November and it's 21. I don't know why I put the line there, that didn't really work very well. So I mentioned in my last video about some books that I've been listening to recently, and one of them was Routine Machines by John Lamerton, and there's so much wisdom and awesome stuff that he talks about, but one of the biggest things that I've realised that I've wanted to implement straight away is he talks about it in the metaphor for the story of the professor with a jar and filling it with rocks and then pebbles and then sand and then water, and about the fact of filling your diary and your life needs to be the big things, the big and important things first, rather than the other little things that take up, that can fit in anywhere, but then mean you have no room for the big things. So that's kind of one of the biggest things for me, is about going, what is most important, what do I need to put in my diary first before trying to fill it up with lots of other stuff. So, a few things first. My big things I'm going to put in the diary, being my birthday, because that is obviously one that I'm gonna forget. But then I need to quickly take a look at my key to remember what one's it, silver and orange. So next thing, to be honest, the biggest thing is the fact that on my birthday as well, I have ET710. So I have a presentation for my Master's in Digital Theology on my birthday. I'm gonna wear a birthday hat and it's gonna be wonderful. But then also on the 16th, DT710, I have a book review due in there. So those are sort of two key big deadlines I need to be aware of and make sure I don't forget them. Then on the 18th, I have an SWBA webinar, communicating through social media this Christmas. So obviously I need to be aware that that's happening. I have a birthday party on Saturday, and then I am going to mark down on here, because my plan is to go to church every Sunday over, actually I'm gonna leave the 21st for the moment because that is debatable, because on the 21st through to the 22nd, I am in Bath with my mum and sister, which would be good. And then I'm penciling it in because it's not 100%, probably Wednesday through to Friday. I might be back in Plymouth. I don't know, one of the reasons is a Unity service. CTOP. Doctor's appointment on Wednesday. I have kind of the whole morning booked out for SWBA. Right. So at the moment, those are kind of my key immovable things that I have to now fit around. And actually for me, I know it doesn't look like a lot of colour, but it's really helpful to see, right, those days are blocked out primarily will be for uni. So actually I know Tuesdays and Wednesdays are not good days for me for anything other than uni. And I've just thought of another thing. So that is my November. Pretty much. I will then work backwards and work out what work and uni stuff I have to do, you know, key goals for this month, what home and family bits that I want to do, health and fitness. So obviously, I'm gonna sound like a broken record, because I'm turning 30, I want to, you know, up my fitness and just make sure that I'm in a good place, not necessarily for weight loss, even though kind of in a way that is a slight driver for me, but just making sure that I'm entering this new phase of life, this new decade, feeling good and healthy, and sort of from a personal faith point of knowing, knowing that I'm close to God, and that, you know, again, even though as I enter this time, that I'm trusting Him and knowing that He's got good plans for me. Yeah, and then habit tracker, what I'll do is just copy the bits from October into there. I mean, I'm not great at like keeping an eye on, not keeping an eye on it, but remembering to put it in clearly as well. I didn't actually do very well at filling it out. So do very well of actually doing it on the first day, but I will copy them over, and then that's next one. So hopefully then I'll remember to do it. We then go, so that's kind of the first part, and that's like the monthly overviews, and then we go to the and then you have that kind of for the rest of the year. And then the second half of the diary is looking at weekly views, and what I love is that it's in half-an-hour breaks, starting from 6:30 till like finishes at 10, and that's just so good for actually having a full day rather than it being 9 till 5 or something, when actually there are things that happen after and there's things that happen before. So we will just do. It's very helpful that the first of the month is starting on a Monday today. Do people think that? Anyone else agree? And what's really lovely as well, hang on, let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. There we go, okay. Is that this bit's got focus, so I know that 7, 10, 7, 10. So I'm kind of setting sort of my plans for the day. So one thing though I know is that I've got a webinar this evening. So I'm gonna block out that time. No class tomorrow because we are prepping, so then 2:15. And you know what, I've just realised I'm doing this all in black when I should be doing it in the colours. Never mind, we'll just do it in... See, this is what happens when I try to like do things, many things at once. I'm gonna go, right. I have a training session there, and then hoping, I think it starts at 4, so it's just 6:30. Oh, not Tomb Raider, what's his name? Open door. Going to a cinema and sort of discussion thing on Saturday evening, so that'd be good. So let's colour these in just so that I have an idea of kind of where my hourly allocation is. So if I know that something's, you know, if I know a week's really orange, that's a very uni week. If I know a week is really green, that's FH Digital week. So I'm gonna put it extra just so I've got prep time. Wow, I'm not colouring well. So I'm also then looking at fitness, where I'm factoring in my fitness and time to exercise and things, and I'm going to put it in the evening on tomorrow. So I'm going to put from 5 till 6:30 time. I'm going to try going for a run and do a class or something. So even though it's pencil, because that might change, at least I know I factored in that time. There also then are the boxes at the bottom, goals to do, notes and bits, so I tend to fill that out during the week. Top priorities and focus, memories to cherish, gratitude. And whilst this is kind of the beginning of the week and that's the kind of the plan, I tend to sort of almost work a few days in advance. So that's kind of the big stuff for me, but then I might look at the next few days, especially Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and plan that out a bit more, like at the end of the day today or tomorrow. And essentially then it's just plan on week, and then at the back there's just some note pages. But that is kind of starting to plan November with me. So not the most artistic diary planning, but hopefully as I get to use this diary more, I will be a bit more kind of intentional about using it and getting to grips with how best to utilise the various features. But so far, I have to say I'm really enjoying it, and actually it's a really, once you've got your head around it, it's a bit confusing to begin with, but once you've got your head around it, I think it's got lots of features that make it really usable, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. November is turning out to be quite a busy month as well, considering I was meant to be still on my time off, but actually I'm really looking forward to a lot of the stuff that's happening, and yeah, just really excited to see what God has planned next for me in this next phase. Do you have a diary that's equally as kind of complicated to get your head around, or prefer something a little more easier on first glance? I have had, up until last month, I haven't used it as much as I started to use this. I have had a literally just sort of a box for the day, and that was really good because it meant I was sort of able to clearly see what was happening each, it was over the month. That was great. However, I am really loving this. Would you try something similar? Have you tried something similar before? I'd love to know your experiences with kind of these sort of more intricate diaries and planners. Are you up to anything exciting over November, or taking it a little bit calmer before the Christmas rush? Oh my gosh, I said the word. Well, it is gonna be Christmas soon, but really excited for the next 2 months. I'm still working through my kind of trying to recover from burnout, and it's going slowly. It's not happening exactly how I expected, but God is really reworking me, it's the best way to say it at the moment, and I have to say really enjoying what's happening at the moment. And I know that planning is going to be really important with keeping my head not feeling too frantic and confused as to what's going on. So hopefully things won't feel so chaotic, maybe. We'll see. I pray that you have a blessed November as we start this new month. Thank you so much for joining. If you are new, it would be wonderful if you could subscribe, though this channel is teeny tiny. It would be wonderful to grow and connect with you. Pray you have a blessed day, and I will see you all soon. Bye.